Welcome to an early morning edition of the Games Drive-In. And I couldn't wait, but I got the Robotech RPG Tactics completely sealed. Been waiting for this for a little bit of time now. It's 2 players. Gives you a whole bunch of mechs. I've been a huge Battletech back when I had the CCG, the PC Games Mech Warrior. I noticed there's some mechs in here like in this game they're called Defenders, in the old Mech Warrior game they were called Riflemen. So I'm really excited about this. So let's crack her open and figure out what I get. I have a really good friend that's been a Robotech fan, and he's been telling me a little bit about the history and the story. So I'm super excited about the Robotech universe, so much so that I'm looking for the actual anime. So that's a huge step for me, because anime has been a hit or miss for me. So first impressions opening up the box, there's a lot of sprues. Now, I've played many years of Warhammer, but the one thing I noticed about the sprues is that they're not very packed very well. I mean, take a look at this. I'm trying to get this close up here, so you can just take a look at the entire contents of this box. I think this is kind of thrown in here. So we got some battle pods. Some more battle pod stuff. It looks like all the Zentradi are in a nice gray plastic. A lot of details, a lot of flat surfaces, but when it's supposed to be detailed, I'm noticing that on the battle pods. Okay, here are some of the plain sprues. You'll have to forgive me. I really have a hard time remembering some of the the Robotech names from being a Battletech background. So please bear with me. I know these have multiple modes that you can build them as. And here's a fun little thing. A swoosh. I saw my friend's models. These are supposed to go underneath like the planes to signify that they're flying. Keep on digging down in this massive pile. More battle pod sprues. I guess that's a good thing. I think this wasn't a battle pod sprue. I think this is the maybe the Gloud. I think that's what it was called, from what I understand. These are some of the Destroyed's feet. Good to have. More Valkyries. Okay, these are, I think they were called the Tomahawks. And these are the Battloid mode of the Valkyries, I believe. So it's nice that they have things set up. I can see that there's 2 bodies per sprue. Not sure if the camera's going to be able to pick this up. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can to the camera without... You can actually see lines between the plates. So these are really detailed. I can appreciate that. Now, I'm not sure if anyone out there remembers the old Transformer toy line. Way back when, late 80s, 90s, they had a guy named Jetfire. He was actually one of these from the Robotech universe. Zentradi dice, and then the Forces of Earth dice. They have, on the 6th side, they have the symbol for the Force. Ton of faces. From the looks like that all the mechs in this series come on the same size base. So people that are 40k or Hordes or War Machine, it's a little bit different. Oh. Never mind, there is one larger base. So I have to go figure out what that's for. Hopefully the instructions will give me that. Blast template. It's really hard to see, but you can see numbers on this. And from what I understand, let's see if I can get that really close here. Maybe you can see the numbers and stuff. From what I understand, that's the scatter ability. And we have really super tiny water decals, which are always fun to put on. And then here's the UN Spacey ones. I'm looking. I guess Zentradi don't get any. Okay, here are the core cards. This is what makes up your forces. So what I'm going to do is move some of this stuff aside to show you some of these cards, if I can get them open. These are really packed in here well, so that's good news. They're not bending. And we're in. So we got 2 Tomahawks and 2 Defenders for the first card. And that's 60 points. A 4 Tomahawk squad. The Malcontent story and special abilities. The Earth Forces story and special ability. Oh good, I was right. The Valkyrie Squadron. Zentradi. A Regolt squad. I believe this is the Command squad. A very large squad of battle pods. And then a Recon squad. Now, the funny thing is, they give you 12 battle pods, so you can field this. That's it. So that's 70 points. And they also gave you the 4 Tomahawk, but they only give you 2 Tomahawks. So right off the bat, some of these cards are absolutely useless. Let's see how many are useless here. And they give you the Malcontent battle card, but they don't give you any Malcontent core cards at all. So you can't use that force at all from the starter box. Let's see, you can't use that, you can use that. Okay, so out of the 6 core cards, you can't use 1. And for the Zentradi, you can choose 1 of the 3 that they give you. But you can field 2 of the Earth Forces at a nice 140 points. So it looks like Zentradi players, you're going to need to buy either another box or a bunch of the booster boxes that are with this game, just off the bat. Sorry, Zentradi players. And from what I understand, it's supposed to be a 300-point game. So, makes it a little bit more difficult. So these are the stat cards. Each one of the mechs has a stat card. Tells you a little bit about them. And if I can get this one open, we'll do the same thing. We'll take a look what we have, what it has to offer. that. Now, the cool thing with these stat cards is that they give you the stats right here. So he has a 6 for movement, 2 for pilot, 2 for gun, and then 5 defense. Now, I mean, if you played other war games, 6 movement makes sense, move 6 inches. Pilot, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the rule book that tells you what the piloting does, move faster. It's for your dodge ability, which is kind of like your armor save. Gunnery is what you add to your die roll to hit the target, and the target number is this one over here, which is the defense. Now, the cool thing about this, they have the stats of all the guns on the back of the card. Like this guy has a 36-inch range, and when it does connect, it does 8 points of damage to whatever it hits. So, pretty cool concept. They give you a Defender, the Tomahawk, the VF-1A, the VF-1J, the VF-1S, which is the Super. And then they have some special characters: Ben Dixon, Dietrich, Freeman Davidoff, Kane Weller, Max Sterling, Mirya Sterling, Rick Hunter, and Roy Fokker. Now, Rick Hunter, if I remember correctly from my friend telling me, is the one that the Skyfire and the Transformers universe was based off of. It was the Super VF-1S. So, kind of cool. I may be wrong, and you could tell me in the comments below on that part. But that's the Forces of Earth that come in the starter box here. So move those off to the side. And now here's where I'm going to probably butcher names, because I'm not sure about the Zentradi stuff at all. And this is the Quell. The Quell Regault. The regular Regault. Azonia. Britai. Grell. It looks like he's in a Gloud, I believe it was called. Chiron. Malaquin. Mirada again? Huron. Polis. And Solrine. Now this is, it's only available to the Neural. And as far as I know, the Neural has not been released yet. So you have a special character card that is automatically useless. And I guess the Malcontents have no special characters because there's no special characters in the box for this. So, Malcontent players, sorry. You get nothing in the starter for you other than your literal, hey look, this is your special abilities. Now here's the instructions on how to assemble your mecha. These kind of remind me of those early instructions from some kits, some model kits, way back in the 90s. This kind of scares me a little bit trying to assemble these later. So that will be fun later. A Ninja Division little thing saying, hey, buy our stuff. You know, this is Eldorado, Relic Knight, Super Dungeon. That's pretty much junk. Wave 1. This is everything that's available in the Wave 1. So, yeah, I don't see any Nells. And then when I flip it over, they have Wave 2, and this is where the Neurals come in. So, yeah, you can't buy it until Wave 2, and I don't know if there's an estimate yet for when those will be out. So, that's Wave 2. And this is a large advertisement for the actual physical RPG. And then if you want to get into a different RPG, it's Rifts. Now, let's see. Core book. And these are your command tokens for Zentradi and the Forces of Earth. We'll get to those. Oh, another little pack of cards. So it looks like there's 3 different types of cards. So if you need sleeves, they say that they're supposed to be usable with the dry erase markers, but if you're like me and my friend, you probably want to buy some sleeves. Just so you don't ruin your cards, because I don't trust anything that says, oh, it's dry erasable. I've been burned way too many times. But these are upgrade cards. I'm having a real hard time getting these open. Give me a second here. Now, I have played this game a little bit. My friend was part of the Kickstarter, and he was one of the fortunate ones that actually got all of his stuff eventually. He got his Wave 1, which is what I'm starting with. Not really that long ago, like right around Christmas time. And we have a couple games under our belt. That's what prompted me to buy into it after playing it, so to be honest, I was a little hesitant. You know, we've played a lot of different miniature games over the years, and yeah, this is really promising. I really enjoy it. So they have a Defender Destroyed Squadron, which is nice when you get more Defenders. They give you 2 of those cards. The Destroyed Command upgrade is one of your Destroyeds, a pilot, a gunnery, and leadership 2, which is very important later in the game. And then they give you 2 Tomahawk squadrons. Adds more Tomahawks to your squad. Let me go find some more Forces of Earth. There's a 2 Valkyrie squadron upgrades in the starter. Those are 40 points. 2 RF-1R upgrades for 10 points each. And then 2 BF-1S upgrade cards. Now you can also, let's see, add a Glaug or an Elite Squadron card to a Revolt Squad. Give you 1 of those. That's not nice. You can add a Floating Quell. You can add the Quell Revolt. Or to give you 2 Revolt Squadrons to add 6 more battle pods to your team. And that's all the upgrade cards that they give you in this pack. So the last piece is the good old Robotech book. I mean, this book, it's a lot of pretty pictures. All the rules are in here. The layout, you know, I've read this book a few times now. The layout isn't bad, but there's some things in here that concern me. Mainly because, like range combat, they tell you choose a weapon system, choose a target, roll to strike. But on page 19 over here, in hand-to-hand combat, they say once you're in hand-to-hand combat, you cannot be targeted by a weapon system. Wouldn't that be great when it says choose a target, that you cannot choose someone in hand-to-hand combat? Unless they have the life is cheap special rule. I mean, it's little things like that that I can complain about, but all in all, it's a very solid book. They give you many visuals that if they're telling you about, you know, when you're within 2 inches, you can actually like split off damage. You can, you know, focus fire onto a group of targets. It really makes a big difference than some of the other games I've played. The rulebook is more or less clear, but you do have to read it pretty much for all the game rules cover to cover in order to grab all the little nuances. Now they just released a fact for this game that clears up some of these little things, so that's really great. And they go over special characters and tell you a little bit about it. Tell you how to set up a battle zone. Gives you painting schemes. I remember this is something that the old GW books used to do, and now they just give you a whole bunch of artwork. I kind of like that they're showing you different schemes that actually came from the series. I probably won't be painting mine up any which way like these, but it's just nice. Oh look, you know, I can do brown, I can do blues, I can do green tones, like an olive drab, or like a scorpion green. I mean, it's really... And then this is the thing that I give it a lot of credit for. It actually has an index. You can look things up. You don't know how many things. Like, I've played Dead Zone, no index. You just have to know where you're looking. So, big thumbs up for that. So, this was a early morning edition of the Games Drive-In. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions or comments, I hope I'll be able to answer them in the comments. And I'll be putting some behind-the-scenes footage of me assembling some of these models, hopefully, and explaining how some of these models go together once I look at the sprues a little bit more closely. I also hope to be putting up some footage of some games, hopefully in this upcoming week. So, thanks for watching. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, and tell your friends about the Games Drive-In, alright? See you next time.